In today's class, I am going to start a new chapter that's about magnetism and matter. In this topic, the first important topic that we are going to discuss is about bar magnet is equivalent to solenoid. Why? Bar magnet is equivalent to solenoid. It means that the current carrying solenoid is behaving like a bar magnet. So let me prove that how the current carrying solenoid is equal to bar magnet. As we studied that a straight linear path containing several number of turns is known as solenoid. And this line which is passing through the center of the solenoid or along the axis of the solenoid. Here is an imaginary line that is known as the y-axis or the equatorial line. This is x-axis or axial line, and here is the point. The values of x run from minus L to plus L, minus L to plus L. The total length of the solenoid is equal to 2L. Okay, let me consider one small current element here containing some number of turns. This element, let me call it is the element dx. It's a current carrying element. It's a part of solenoid. Like this, there are plenty of elements are available in the solenoid. The radius of the solenoid is A, and this current element is at a distance x from the origin, from the equatorial line. And here, let me consider a point P where I wish to calculate the magnetic field produced by this current element dx. Fine. Now this point P is located at a distance of r. At a distance of r from the equatorial line. So this remaining distance from the element to the point P is r minus x. This is r minus x. This is a, this is x. Okay. Now let us prove that this solenoid is equivalent to bar magnet. Okay, as we know that the magnetic field produced by this current carrying coil, this element, it behaves like a current carrying coil. The magnetic field at a point on the axis of current carrying coil, that is current carrying circular coil, is given by dB is equal to mu naught Ni r square divided by 2 x square plus r square raised to 3 by 2. This expression we derived in the previous topic for the current carrying coil. It's a current carrying circular coil, and this is the point on the axis of this current carrying circular coil. The magnetic field at this point is given by this much. This is R, this is X, and this is R. And here we have considered current element, and the direction of the current is anti-clockwise, and the magnetic field is this much produced by this element. Fine. Now, if you apply the situation, if you apply this formula for this situation, then this equation takes the form dV is equal to mu naught. Here n is the total number of turns, but here the number of turns in this element is number of turns in a unit length, number of turns in a unit length into the length. This n dx gives the number of turns that are available in this dx element. N means number of turns per unit length into length gives the number of turns that are available in this element into I, current to each turn, into radius, that is a square divided by 2 in the bracket. What is this x? X is the distance from center to the point P. Here, what is this distance here? From the center of the coil to the point P is r minus x. So, here in place of x I am writing r minus x whole square plus r square. Here it is r, but here it is a. So, it is a square raised to 3 by 2. Fine. Now I modify this, as we know that the value of this r is very much greater than x, and this value of r is very much greater than this a. Therefore, when r is very much greater than a and r is very much greater than x, in that case a is negligible and x is also negligible. Therefore, if you neglect x and a, then this takes the form dV is equal to mu naught n dx IA square divided by 2 in the bracket. Here r square is left, x is 0, a is 0, r square total cancels, we get r cube. We get r cube. Fine. What is this? This is the magnetic field produced at this point due to this current element. Then what is the total magnetic field produced at this point due to this entire solenoid? For that we need to take integration. Take integration on both sides. If you take integration on both sides, integration of dV will be b. So b is equal to, I am going to take integration on both sides. Integration of dV will be b. Integration of this. Then here, what are constants? Mu naught is constant, which is taken outside the integration sign. Number of turns per unit length is constant. Total number of turns is capital N. Capital N is the total number of turns in coil. Small n is the number of turns per unit length. So mu naught n, I is a constant current is passing through the coil. A is radius divided by 2r cube and integration of dx from minus L to plus L. That is from here to here. All these terms are contributing their magnetic field at this point. Now, as we know that integration of dx is x. Now I will write this equation as b is equal to mu naught ni a square divided by 2r cube. Mu naught ni a square by 2r. Integration of dx is x. And limits are from minus L to plus L. Fine. So B is equal to mu naught ni a square divided by 2r cube. Put upper limit minus lower limit. L minus of minus L 2L. So we get 2L here. But as we know that the magnetic moment of this solenoid is equal to total number of turns in the solenoid, current through each turn into area of this coil, cross section area. So this M is equal to, this is total number of turns. How do we write? Small n into 2L, number of turns per unit length into total length of the solenoid. Current is I and area is pi a square, because A is the radius of the coil. So cross sectional area is pi a square. So wherever this n 2L I pi a square is there we can put the value of m. Here n is there, 2L is there, I is there, a square is there, only pi is not there. Pi I can adjust here. Then in place of this I can write m. So B is equal to, I will write mu naught by 2 and 1 pi I will take here and 1 pi I can write here. Then I will write all this thing m by r cube. Because what is this? This m by pi. M by pi is nothing but n into 2L into I into a square. N into 2L into I into a square. N into 2L into I into a square. There I can write m by pi. This I can still write in a better way. M is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into 2m by r cube. What is this? This is the magnetic field produced at a point on the axis of a bar magnet. If we have a north pole and south pole, this is an axial line and the magnetic field produced at the axial line is equal to, this is the axial line, B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into 2m by r cube, where m is the magnetic moment of the bar magnet. This is the equation for bar magnet, and the same equation we can prove from solenoid. Hence, bar magnet is equal to solenoid. This equation is referred for magnetic field at a point on the axis of a bar magnet. And the same equation we have proved from solenoid. Hence, the bar magnet is equal to solenoid, or the solenoid is equal to bar magnet. Fine. So this completes the bar magnet is equivalent to solenoid. Fine. Now we will move on to the next topic. What is that? That is comparison between electric field and magnetic field. Analog between electric field and magnetic field. How do we compare? We compare electric field is denoted by a symbol E. Magnetic field is denoted by a symbol B. Electric field direction is from positive charge to negative charge. Magnetic field direction is from north pole to south pole. Then we have here electric dipole moment. How do we write this? Electric dipole moment is either charge into separation between the charges. And electric dipole moment is vector quantity, as electric field is vector. Electric dipole moment is also vector, and we can write here one unit vector. Similarly, magnetic field is also a vector quantity whose direction is north to south, and magnetic moment is equal to either pole strength into separation between the two poles. Either pole strength into separation between the two poles. Suppose if we have a bar magnet, this is the north pole and the south pole. The separation between the two poles, north pole and south pole, is 2L. And these poles are situated near the end, not at the end. Where are those two poles? Those two poles are near the end. Here, north, here, south. These two poles are not at the ends. Therefore, 2L is the length between two poles, not the length of a magnet. Length of a magnet is always more than the separation between the two poles. So pole strength here means the strength of either south pole or the north pole. Or in other words, magnetic moment is also defined as NIA, that is the product of current and area. If you consider a loop, current carrying loop. Fine. Then, how do we write the electric field due to an electric dipole at an axial point? As we know that axial is equal to, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into 2p by r cube. 2p by r cube. What is this? Electric field at an axial point from the center of the dipole. Electric field at a point which is on the axis of the dipole. In other words, electric field due to an electric dipole at an axial point. Similarly, magnetic field, how do we write? Suppose if we have a bar magnet, this is north and south pole, and if we wish to calculate the magnetic field at this point due to this magnetic dipole, is B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi. Here 1 by 4 pi epsilon is constant. Here mu naught by 4 pi is constant. Here it is 9 into 10 raised to 9. Here it is 10 raised to minus 7. Here it is 2 times electric dipole moment. Here it is 2 times magnetic dipole moment. Here it is R cube. Here also it is R cube. Here R is the distance between the point P, that is the observation point, and the center of the dipole. Here is also R is the distance between the observation point and the center of the dipole. What is this? This is magnetic field at a point on the axis of magnetic dipole, and this is electric field at a point on the axis of electric dipole. Similarly, we can also write the electric field at a point on the equatorial line and magnetic field at a point on the equatorial line. How do we write? It's very simple. We write that E equatorial is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into P by R cube. That is half of this. And this one is B equatorial is equal to, that is mu naught by 4 pi into M by R cube. This is the magnetic field at a point on the equatorial line. This is electric field at a point on the equatorial line. So this is a very nice comparison between the electric field and magnetic field. This completes the comparison between electric field and magnetic field. Thank you.